So they are putting the sides on. So that's where we're gonna have storage. There. A little windy out here today. So yeah, it's gonna look good, and we'll paint it white, just like this shed. Ever get in those moods where you just want to cook? Yummy. Ooh, 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 ooh. Chicken, 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 chicken. I love buying my own chickens and slow cooking them in a crock pot all day long. There's just something about, look how big and plump this chicken is versus the chicken that you get from the rotisserie in the stores. And then they put them in those plastic bags. All that heat in a plastic bag. Yeah. So, cooking this chicken today, because over the weekend, which you guys are going to see this on Monday, I'm going to probably roll out my noodles and do a big batch of chicken noodles. So, cooking that today, getting that out of the way. So, yum, yum, yum. And then I've just chopped up green peppers and onions. I'm going to throw it in the skillet. And I think I was going to do turkey, but maybe I'll just do ham. And do some scrambled eggs for everybody. Yeah. Okay, so chopped up some tomato also. Chopped up some ham. Got some good old fresh chicken eggs. Whipped up. I'm going to throw together all of this, throw some cheese on it, and have some yummy scrambled eggs for everybody in the house today. Yeah. We're headed down the driveway with the Jesus stick. Doing good. So today's his very last day of having home health care. He is now graduating as of today. So he will start now going to off-site outpatient PT to continue to get better. Yep. They are starting to paint. So it's a little windy today, so they've got plastic over the gym. But they are gauntlet gray. We've got the trucks moved. So get it painted, boys. Get it painted. Let's get it done. So it's coming along. So it's basically coming along. Got the red truck over there. Got the white truck under here. Either one of the trucks will fit here. We still have to paint. We're gonna put gutters on it. You got Nudie over here. Got to get hers painted, but her little car fits in there just fine. And then her friend's car. I don't know what's going to happen with her friend's car. Anyways, yeah. But anyways, we did a little carport for Nudie's car, so this summer it'll stay in the shade. Hi, ladies. There's my ladies. They're like, where's our breakfast, Mom? Where's our breakfast, Mom? Yeah. So, anyways, it's coming along. They still got to put siding up there on top because that's where the storage is going to be. So, and then they got to get it painted white. But anyways, it's looking good. It's totally better to keep the boys' trucks from getting hailed on and keeping them cool in the summertime. What is that up there? That's weird. Not sure what that is. weird. Don't know what that is. Huh. I need to get out here and pull weeds and grass. Good Lord. My God, my cucumber plants are doing amazing. Whoa. Look at all the shoots. Wow. My cantaloupe are doing good. Green beans. Carrots, tomatoes. Onions are going crazy. Everything's going good. Wow, I can't believe how good these cucumber plants are doing too. Watermelon's a slow start. I've never had good luck with watermelons. But I gotta get out here and pull all this grass. I need to go get some boots on because I got my slippers on right now. Garden's doing good though. Okay, so I have literally, excuse the hair, got all of those beds weeded. I've got everything down around here weeded. Somewhat. I got all kinds of crap over here by my tomatoes. Anyways, I figured I'd get out here and weed while it's wet and moist so the weeds pull up easier. Got all of this weeded and I am down here on my last little bit of weeding. There's my watermelons. Now you can actually see where the watermelon is. So I am on the last little bit of weed pulling that we have left. I say we, me. This is how much weeds I've pulled. This bucket is full. Full. So, I don't know why so many weeds want to grow down at this end. But right now, while it's wet and moist, the weeds are pulling very, very easy. You know, I'm not just popping the tops off. I'm actually pulling the weeds out. So I should be done here shortly with this chore of weeding the garden. But now you can actually see where my watermelons are. So I'm not going to bore you to death, but we are almost done. Yeah. So I've gotten it completely weeded, and it looks like so far I've only lost one watermelon plant. Looks like that one didn't make it. But all the rest look like they're alive, and we will see how they do. Yeah, and this, my friends, is how many weeds I pulled out of this entire garden. But we are completely weeded. And no, those are not all kinds of weeds down there yet. Those are just little tops. So, I'm gonna take this bucket of weeds and go throw it in the, oh, my hair looks lovely. And go throw it in the back. Because I don't want to throw it over the fence here. Whew. So, unfortunately, Man, it kills your back. You have to weed quite often to keep everything good. But it's cool out. I wouldn't say cool, but it's not bad out. It's overcast, and the soil is very moist, so the weeds were easy to pull. I can remember as a little girl, we had two gardens, one down by the river and one up by the house. But I can remember, oh my God, look it! I have a little baby red cherry tomato. Look. My first one! Yay! Look at there. Oh my goodness. I mean, they're loaded. I got cherry tomatoes everywhere. But, look, they're just loaded. Got cherry tomatoes everywhere. They're just not red yet. But we got our first red one. Yay! So these three on this side are the big tomatoes. Oh, see? Let's see if I can get over here. Oh, look. Look, guys. I get so excited. Look. Let me see if I can get down here. See? Look, here's a big tomato. Big one, right there. Yay! This one's got like 3 or 4 tomatoes right here. Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I'm getting them everywhere. Wow. You need to get on the inside of the basket. Oh shoot, just broke one of the stems off. You gotta stay inside the basket so you can get big. So yeah, we got all kinds of tomatoes happening. Yes. Okay. Yay! I'm so excited. We got our first red one. Okay, well, gotta go dump these weeds. So I've made it to Margaritaville Golf Club. And we're in districts for the twins. They should be coming down the straight fairway here in a minute. It's very this wind today, but it's a 2-day tournament. It's districts, so we'll see how they do. Zach, you got this. Yeah. Zach. Beautiful. Oh, Zach's ball's over here. Lord. Oh, no, that's Zane's ball. I'm sorry.
Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna go find Daniel.
Okay.
Good thing? Yeah. I'm gonna watch this. Somebody in the hole. Okay. I'll be the greatest party on the man.
I didn't hit the bed.
Hey, go look at what's up there, please. Go look at what you're working with. Please. There you go. I know you said you know, but you haven't walked up there yet. Go look. Need a break.
Zaners. Okay, Zane. You're supposed to have the great short game. Let's show them. There you go. Good job. beautiful.
Alright, day number 2 of this trip. We got Zayner's here. Good job, buddy. Yes. Alright, so Zane started earlier than Zach did. I think there was a 10-hole difference. So Zane is finishing up, and now we're going to go catch up with Zach. Alright, so we had to go back 10 holes to find Zach. Come on, buddy. It's okay. You were close. Alright. Let's see how he does on the next hole. Alright, so we got Zach here on hole 15. Let's see how he does. Nice. Got it up there on the green. Good job, Zach.
Say hi, Kayston. Kayston.
Alright, so Zach is behind the kid. Let's see if he can do it. Oh, too fast, too fast, too fast. Shit. Let's see if he can get this one in. Yes. Good job, Zach. Good job, buddy. Oh, good job, good job, good job. Now on to hole 16.
Okay, you know how I've always cut my own noodles? Well, we decided to invest in a noodle cutter, like a noodle maker. Yeah, I think it's a bunch of crap. First of all, we tried this one and we got little tiny spaghetti noodles, like. So, I don't know. I think by now I could have already had the noodles cut. But Nudie is the queen of the kitchen. So she's got more patience than I do. So we'll see what happens. Well, she just showed me how to use this new noodle maker, cutter, whatever. And now we got all kinds of little tiny skinny little noodles. So this will be different because I've never had skinny little noodles. Usually they're pretty thick noodles. So anyways, we're gonna let these dry and throw together our homemade chicken and noodles here in a little bit. Thanks, Nudie. Oh yes, and then of course we're all watching the Final Four because you know the Houston Cougars are in it. So we're busy watching that tonight. And I just got done feeding everybody chicken noodles. So I did some homemade biscuits and we all had homemade noodles. So it's kind of hard to like show you these noodles here. Let me see. Wow. Sorry guys. So this is the homemade noodles. Yeah. You know, we love our homemade noodles around here. So, oh my God, they smell so good. So this time, instead of hand cutting them, we used the noodle cutter. I'm not a fan of the long, skinny noodles. I would rather have my big, wide, chunky homemade noodle look. I mean, even though they're homemade noodles, they're just long and skinny. I don't care for the long, skinny ones, but anyways, noodles turned out great, and we got TVs on throughout the house because everybody's watching the Final Four. So a while ago, Florida beat Auburn. So now we got Houston against Duke. So it'll be interesting to see. Yeah. Houston just won over Duke. Final Four, oh my God. There you go. There you go. There you go. Here we go. Woo woo! And now, for tonight, I am browning some stew meat. And I'm going to get ready to stick it in the crock pot. And I'm going to do a beef stew. So we're doing just a little bit of browning on this. And then I'm going to go ahead and stick it in the crock pot. And then I've got potatoes, and I think I've got some carrots and some green beans. So, yeah, Miss Betty Crocker I am. So they installed the little fence area. This will help keep anybody from driving on my septic system. I used to have just red cones sitting here all the time, but now that we've got the twins parking back here, I never wanted the twins to accidentally, when they're trying to park their truck in the carport, run over this first thing. That's a lot of money in that septic system to have to replace if somebody damages it. So I should have done this a long time ago, so I'm glad I did it now. So now they're gonna get it painted gray. So that'll keep any work trucks or any valet company that's parking cars back here. It'll keep everybody from damaging my septic system. So far we've been very, very lucky that nobody's done that. But now that we've got twins parking back here and people back here all the time, and Nudie's gonna be parking back here, so it's just a good safeguard. It is absolutely gorgeous today. So after a rainy, cloudy, really cool weekend, it's actually kind of cool today yet, but it's about 70. But at least the sun is out. Yay! We can handle it as long as the sun is out. Yes, yes, yes. So, got a little landscaping update too. So, I always have a problem with these holly trees that are right here along this area right here. see the middle one? So instead of having hollies there, I'm gonna actually put 300-gallon spruces there, because the spruces I can keep chopped off tall, like chopped off at the top flat, and they'll be fat. Because you can see how these spruces over here, these spruces back here started out little, like those over there. Those are 30-gallon. So those are 30-gallon spruces. I don't want to start out that little. I want them to be big, pretty much like this already. And these are about the size of about 100-gallon spruces. So I'm getting 3 of those, and we're going to plant them over here. We're going to take the hollies out, and we're going to plant those spruces over here. So it's actually going to create more of a hedge and keep the wind from blowing through there. So when you're setting at the fire pit, because this over here is the north. This is the north. So like in the wintertime, the wind is coming out of the north this way, cold, and it goes right through there. And so by putting the 3 spruces there, it'll create more of a big hedge. Because I don't want a ligustrum hedge there. The spruce hedge will be pretty. So that's the update on that. So, and my electricians are here. Okay, so we got all kinds of stuff going on. We got Sergio in the back working on that, and then we got electricians here. They showed up, yay. So we've got one of my lights at my entrance was doing a little strobe action. So my electrician is here today to, I don't know if you can see him down there. He's down there, but he is here to replace that light so we don't have the strobe action going on. Yeah. So I just ended up putting all the potatoes and the carrots in there. So we got stew meat and carrots and potato and stew seasoning. So now I'm going to let this slow cook the rest of the afternoon for about 5 hours, 4 to 5 hours. Yeah. So a busy day. Just got off a Zoom meeting, I should say, and finished up with this stew. I was going to let it cook the rest of the afternoon and get back out and deal with the electrician, going over where I want some added lights, and work with Sergio some more. So it's a busy day. And then I got the vault tonight. So I'm going to do a new lesson and new homework tonight. Check on everybody to see how they're doing with the challenge. We're going to get ready to start challenge week number 2. So hopefully we'll get some feedback on how bad everybody thought week 1 was. But you know, that's what a challenge is all about. A challenge is a challenge. A lot of people can't handle challenges. Some people fall to the wayside. You got to accept the challenge, do the challenge, struggle through the challenge, and come out on the other side of that challenge. And it's all worth it. So until Wednesday, guys, bye-bye.